let me talk about something that's pissing me off in this industry of helping and healing and wellness and coaching and therapy and whatever stream you're in. Trauma work has become super popular now, right? And that is amazing. It makes my heart happy that people are realizing there is more than just anxiety and depression and stress, that there is deep, deep, deep stuff that we all have, that we all carry, and that people are getting the awareness and getting the help for them. That is amazing. That's not so much the part that's pissing me off. The part that's pissing me off is that there are so many maybe well-intended but really misguided coaches who go to one workshop and do some amazing trauma transformational embodiment, somatic, whatever practice. And they go, oh wow, that was great, that really helped me, cool. And then they go and think, cool, that qualifies me to go and teach it to someone else, without any respect for the safety container that has to be created for an individual person, not just you and what helped you, but for someone else. Like, can you hold someone if they go into dissociation and you can't get them out of it? If they have a full-blown panic attack, if they, that Pandora's box is opened and that person then becomes suicidal, do you actually have the qualifications and the skills to help someone with that? Because if you don't, being well-intended and wanting to help people is not enough. It's not enough. And it doesn't matter what background you come from. You don't necessarily have to be a clinical psychologist like me with 15 years experience. Proper experience in dealing with active suicidal ideation, active homicidal ideation, people holding knives to their throats, people putting ligatures around their neck, like proper serious stuff. I can hold that, and I can quite confidently state that I can hold that because I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing. But a lot of people don't. And I was listening to Alexi Panos's podcast the other day, Unleashed, and she was talking about this and another element that goes into this, which is where people have done a lot of work, a lot of study, a lot of training, had to get permission to use some of these amazing skills, and then someone goes to a workshop, does one exercise once and thinks, cool, yeah, I'm going to go and teach that to other people. It's irresponsible. It is so irresponsible. People are going to get hurt, right? I'm not saying that everybody who has trauma needs to go off and see a specialised therapist. There are coaches, healers, helpers, all sorts of people. You will find the right person who's the right fit for you with the soul medicine that suits you. But what I'm saying is, before you go getting excited and rush off to do trauma workshops and lead groups, there's all sorts of issues with bringing up trauma in a group capacity anyway. That's a whole other topic for a whole other video. But think about it. If you're going to open that Pandora's box, can you actually hold what's going to come out? And it might not, this is the thing about trauma, right? It might not come out in that hour that you're working with someone. It might come out years later. There is a lot of evidence that, this is partially why some trauma survivors don't speak about things that happened to them, assaults, abuse, for years later, because they hold it and don't actually bring it out of the body and unleash it, so to speak, until years later. So how do you know that what you're bringing up for someone by talking about it, doing some embodiment work, doing some hands-on stuff, whatever it is you think you feel like doing because you did it at a workshop, how do you know that isn't going to have a long-term meaningful impact on someone in the negative, in that you bring them into active trauma time and then they can't get out? So if you don't have the skills to do that, do more, study more, get permission, have conversations. Don't take something that has been around for maybe hundreds of years. Some of these embodiment somatic practices have been around for a really long time, and the people who have studied them and trained in them have worked really hard to make sure that they get it right, so that they can be that safe container and that safe leader for someone else. It's not as simple as trying to recreate something you saw in a workshop and then, woohoo, I'm healing people, hoping for the best. Trauma is a very complex beast. And so whilst it's popular and you want to help people, and that's amazing. I applaud you for that. Give a serious think. Can you hold someone if they dissociate and can't get out? What are you going to do if they have a massive panic attack and they become suicidal? Can you hold that? That's on you. That is on you if you open that box and you can't help them with that. Type yes if this is something that's resonated with you and you sit back on your laurels and don't say anything about it.